Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are continuing with our ilm sarf, and just a quick conclusion by now. This must be embedded inside us now that we have af'al, verbs. They are split into thulathi and ruba'i. Thulathi are those verbs which have 3 root letters as a minimum and no more further root letters, so 3 root letters only. Then thulathi is split into thulathi mujarrad and thulathi mazid fi. So thulathi mujarrad, the verb has only 3 root letters and no other additional letters, what we call non-root letters. Thulathi mazid fi also has 3 root letters. However, these verbs also contain some additional non-root letters. Thulathi mujarrad, there are 6 categories which we've gone over many times: nasara, daraba, sami'a, fataha, karuma, hasiba, etc. And thulathi mazid fi has 14 categories. So this is the overview of thulathi mazid fi. We have got babul if'al, taf'il, mufa'ala, tafa'ul, tafa'ul, and ifti'al. So we've covered 6 categories, what we call 6 abwab. Abwab is the plural of bab. Inshallah, today we are going to look at category number 7, babul istif'al. So this is babul istif'al, and you do have this in your booklet. It's on page 78. Page 78. So you've got the name of the bab here at the top, and then just as before you've got al-fi'l al-madi istaghfara, and then the mudari' yastaghfiru. Istif'al is the masdar, so istighfar, and then you've got the ismul fa'il. Let's just look at this in a little bit more detail. This is the pattern of the past tense verb al-fi'l al-madi, and you will notice it's got 1, 2, 3 non-root letters, and all the root letters, they go at the end here, all the root letters. So if we take the root ghain, fa, and ra, which in thulathi mujarrad gives us ghafara from the bab daraba yadribu, which means to forgive, what we will do is we will put the ghain here, the fa here, the ra here. So if you remember the pattern, istaf'ala. So this letter, this root letter, the root letter that will go here, what we call the first radical usually, it has got sukun, then you've got fatha, fatha. So, and then this will be standard, istaghfara. Therefore, at the top, if you look here, istaghfara. That's the al-fi'l al-madi pattern. Istaghfara, and the mudari' is yastaghfiru. Then you've got the masdar istighfar, fahuwa mustaghfir. Then you've got all the majhul here and the ismul maf'ul, and the usual rules will apply. So this is al-fi'l al-madi ma'ruf istaghfara on the pattern of istaf'ala. If you remember, how do we make majhul? We give the first letter of the verb a dhamma, and the second to last letter will be given a kasra. Any other letters in between, if they contain a haraka, For example, ta does contain a haraka, sin doesn't, neither does the ghain because they've both got sukoon. Any other letter in between that contains a haraka, like the ta here, it will also be given a dhamma. There you are. You've got ustughfira. Ustughfira. And the majhul, al-fa'l al-mudari' majhul, let's have a look at that. So majhul will be yastaghfiru. And very simply, all you will do is change this to a dhamma, because majhul always begins with a dhamma, and the second to last letter, give it a fatha. Yustaghfaru. Yustaghfaru. What you need to do now is pause this video and practice. For example here, al-fi'l al-madi ma'ruf. So you've got istaghfara, istaghfara, istaghfaru, istaghfarat, istaghfarata, istaghfarna. And then if you notice, the ra is got a sukoon, the sukoon will remain. Istaghfarta, istaghfartuma, istaghfartum, all the way till the end. And then if you can practice al-madi, al-majhul, ustughfira, ustughfira, ustughfiru, ustughfirat, ustughfirata, ustughfirna. Our golden rules apply. We first practice the first 6, then we pause, then the next 6, and then separately the last 2. And mudari' as well, yastaghfiru. And if you remember, the first one, if you know yastaghfiru, you will know number 4 as well. You've just got to change the first letter, tastaghfiru. Number 7, tastaghfiru. Second to last, astaghfiru. And the last one, nastaghfiru. And the majhul is similar, yustaghfaru, tustaghfaru, tustaghfaru, ustaghfaru, nustaghfaru. So if you can pause the video and practice 1, 2, 3, 4 several times, so you get used to it and you become comfortable with it. Although this is a mustaqil topic, a separate topic in itself, I thought it appropriate to mention it, especially for babul istif'al. There is something called khasiyatul abwab. You already know what abwab means, categories. Categories. And khasiyya, it means speciality or specific usage. So specific usage of the babs of the different categories. Babul istif'al, one of the khasiyya of this category is what we call talab, which means to seek. Babul istif'al has many khasiyat. However, one of them is talab, to seek. Let's look at this now. So if we take this example again, istaghfara, there is a meaning here of talab, i.e. talab means to seek. So istaghfara, it actually means to seek forgiveness. Remember, the root letters are ghain, fa, and ra. These are the root letters ghafara. And as discussed, as mentioned in bab daraba yadribu, ghafara means to forgive. Ghafara. When you put ghafara into babul istif'al, you get istaghfara. Verb number 1, al-fa'l al-madi. So istaghfara will mean he sought forgiveness. He sought forgiveness. Let's just look at the mudari'. So we've got yastaghfiru. If you go to verb number 13, you now have astaghfiru. So when you say astaghfiru, it means I seek. If you got hal meaning, remember fa'il mudari', you either have hal, which is present, or you have mustaqbal, the future. So I seek forgiveness. I seek forgiveness. And if you add here astaghfirullah, Allah will be maf'ul bihi. I seek forgiveness from Allah. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah, which is a dhikr as well. So astaghfiru, verb number 13. I am seeking forgiveness. I seek forgiveness. Allah, from Allah. Let's now look at a few more examples. I have written here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 examples. We've done this istaghfara. Let's look at this one now. Istat'ama. Istat'ama. So you've got the root letters ta, ain, mim. If you look at this word here, without, let's just rub this out again and write it again. Ta'am, food. So istat'ama, it means to ask for food. This verb is in the Quran as well, in Surah Al-Kahf. Istat'ama ahlaha. Istat'ama, the dual madhi has been used, so to ask for food. Then you've got number 3, istakhbara. Istakhbara. So root letters are khabar, to inquire, to seek khabar, to seek news, basically. Same thing with this one, ista'lama. The root letters are ain, lam and mim. Ista'lama, very similar meaning, to seek information, ilm, knowledge, but in a more wider context, information. Then you have got istarhama. Root letters are raha and mim, and this is in thulathi mujarrad from sami'a yasma'u, rahima yarhamu, just like ain, lam and mim was also from thulathi mujarrad. Alima ya'lamu, alima he knew, rahima he had mercy. So istarhama means to seek or to ask for compassion, mercy. Istarhama. So I hope you've got the idea that babul istif'al, it's one of the khasiyya of this particular bab is talab. Talab means to seek. It has got meaning of talab in many verbs, and you've got several examples here. What I'd like you to do now is, before you carry on, is pause the video and practice like you've practiced istaghfara already. You practice now istat'ama. So you practice istat'ama, madi and mudari and majhul, and istakhbara and ista'lama and istarhama. The whole aim is you become comfortable with these verbs. So for example, istat'ama, let's just take this example. Istat'ama, istat'ama, istat'amu, istat'amat, istat'amata, istat'amna. So the meme from verb number 6, it becomes sakin. The last letter has a sukun. Istat'amna. This will be istakhbarna. This will be number 6. Ista'lamna. And then it continues. Ista'lamta, ista'lamtuma. Same thing here. You've got istarhama. You've got istarhama. And from verb number 6, this will have a sukun. Istarhamna, istarhamta, istarhamtuma, and so on. So it's very important you pause the video here and you practice all these. Istat'ama, this one, istakhbara, ista'lama, and istarhama. Also, quick recap on how to create ismul fa'il and ismul maf'ul. So if you remember, the first thing we do is we knock off the alamatul mudari', the sign of mudari', i.e. the first letter, and we replace it with a meme, and that meme will contain a dhamma. And then in the case of ismul fa'il, the second to last letter of the verb, if it's not got a kasra, you put a kasra there. So down here there is already a kasra in place. So mustaghfir. Mustaghfir, seeker of forgiveness. Mustaghfir. Ana mustaghfir. I am a seeker of forgiveness. I am seeking forgiveness. Ana mustaghfir. And obviously for ismul maf'ul, it's exactly the same procedure. So we will have a meme with a dhamma. So we've already got that. Second to last letter, we'll have a fatha. Mustaghfar. Mustaghfar. This now brings us to the as-sarf as-saghir. So you already have this on page 78 of your booklet. On page 78. So we are looking at just the first two lines of as-sarf as-saghir of Babul Istif'al and all the other abwab which we have covered as well. If'al, taf'il, mufa'ala, tafa'ul, tafa'ul, ifti'al, and number 7 which we are doing today, istif'al. So you've got the madi here. Istaghfara, yastaghfiru, istighfar. It will make more sense now as well. Fahuwa mustaghfir. And then you've got all the majhuls here. Wa ustughfira, yustaghfaru, istighfaran, the masdar. Fahuwa mustaghfar. So this is ismul fa'il. And the one below it is ismul maf'ul. So the other verbs which you were given, which is istat'ama, I would like you to practice the as-sarf as-saghir from here as well. So istat'ama yastat'imu istit'aman fahuwa mustat'im wa ustut'ima yustat'amu istit'aman fahuwa mustat'am. And also I would like you to practice istakhbara as well. Istakhbara. And the other verb was from alima, so ista'lama, ista'lama. And then we also had tarhama. So quite a few to practice. So again, please pause the video and practice as-sarf as-saghir from these 5 verbs. So you've got this one here, istaghfara, then you've got ista'lama, istakhbara, ista'lama, and istarhama. And concluding, it's important you carry out revision. Revision means you revisit all the previous videos. That's number 1. You do a recap. This particular video, please do look at it 2-3 times. And each time it tells you to pause the video and practice the gardan, practice the paradigms. And inshallah now we have only got one category left, which is Babul Infi'al. Babul Infi'al, which will inshallah look in the next lesson. So please do remember, revision is the key. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum.